Hello everyone. This is going to be a quick one, I hope. I made this magnet the other day and I thought I'd like to do this on a larger scale, so I'm going to do a step-by-step with a similar pattern for you guys. So to start out with, this is a 4x4 inch canvas and I painted it Dioxazine Purple, I guess is how you pronounce it. I'll put a color listing in the description as I always do. I'm just gonna get my paints ready here and we'll get going. Let's start with what color is this? It is called Sea Breeze and it's this aqua greenish color. I'm using the DecoArt paints instead of the apple barrel, so we'll see how this goes. My first dot, I'm going to use the number 20 in the Sea Breeze color, and I just made a dot right in the, put for the center dot. I measured across and marked it because I didn't want to have a whole bunch of lines to have to remove later. So everything is just going to be based off of that center dot. Okay, and now I'm going to use warm white and the number, I'm going to go with number 4. And I'm just going to do dots around the center. And I always do like top to bottom, side by side, and then I split them until I have all my dots, and it makes them kind of even. If I just start doing the circle, sometimes it doesn't come out quite right. And I can see I'm gonna already have a problem getting another number 4 dot in between those. So I'm gonna improvise a little bit and go down to a smaller size. Okay, I'm gonna go down to the number 2 and do dots in between those, still with that same warm white color. Okay. Now I'm going to go back to the number 4. And I'm going to use this lavender. And I'm going to put my dots out from the smaller ones. And now I'm going to use this lemon yellow color. And I'm still going to use the number 4, and I'm going to make dots in between those. But kind of in between, but out a little bit, so it's not exactly in line like a circle. Now I'm going to go up to a much larger size. And I'm going to use this Carousel Pink color. And let's see, what size do I want to go up to? I'm thinking maybe the number 10. That should be good. And I'm going to do a dot out from the purple ones. Okay, and now I'm going to start walking some dots, but I'm only going to walk them one direction to make a swirl looking pattern like this. So I'm going to use that warm white, and I'm going to start out, I think, let's go number 3. And I'm going to put just a dot in the center of each one of these pink ones, like I normally do before I start walking dots. Okay. And now I'm going to walk the dots around. Just going to the right. And I'm still using the number 3. I didn't even get it out. Sorry about that. So I used the number 3 for the big dots here, and then I used it again to walk the dots. Okay, now I'm going to go to that Sea Breeze color, and I'm just using the number 3 for all of these that I'm doing, of the walking of the dots around here. I'm going to do the same thing I just did with the white, but now I'm going to do it with the Sea Breeze color. I really like this color. Okay, now we're just going to walk them to the right again. All right, now we're going to move on to the yellow color, which is lemon yellow. And we're going to do the same thing. Now, if you're using downing tools like me, you might want to not do all of them and scoot down to a lower number. Because they kind of fade out sooner than like with a stylus. So if they start looking crappy, just stop and then go down to like a number 2 and finish. See, like it's starting to fade out there. I'm going to leave that go. I don't know if you can even see that. And I'm going to come back in with a number 2. So I'm only going to do like 4 dots and then move down. The further you go out this direction, the more dots you're going to have that direction. So that's why I'm not going to just dot all the way down, because I want my dots to look nice. I'm just doing 4, and then I'm going to go down to the number 2 and finish them off. Okay. And I'm just going to finish marking those dots down. Some of them I got done. Okay. Now I'm going to move to a number. Let's see. How big should I go? I'm going to go to a number 8. And this might look weird now, but when I fill it in, it'll look better. And when we dot it, it'll look better. I'm going to use the number 8, excuse me, and I'm going to use the pink. And I'm going to make a dot, like, just right on the edge here. So that I still have room to put another dot in there. But just in between those. Okay. I'm going to get a smaller tool. Let's go down to maybe, what is this? The number 4. And I'm going to use that lavender color again. And I'm going to put a dot in between those. Now, this is basically what I did on my magnet. And then I did some little corner things. So I'm going to have to kind of improvise to finish filling up my canvas. But I really like the way that looks. I don't know why, but it just seems to stand out for me. And I'm going to do a lot of top dots on it, so it's not done yet. Now, I wonder if I have a big enough circle. Let's see. I have this circle grid. Not quite big enough. If I lay it down, it's probably going to go into my paint. Maybe not. Barely. I don't want to draw lines though, because then I'm going to have to try and erase them. So let's think this over. Let's try. Oh, maybe I'll get my compass, because I'm not good at keeping my lines straight on the outside without having something to use. So I got this, just this cheap little compass. And I'm not going to know what my line is, you know, the width, because this really just stinks. I'm going to just poke it right in the center, and I'm going to make a line. You're going to just have to eyeball it. I'll show you when I'm done. And I just put my finger into a dot, then I'm going to have to clean up. Okay, the center's not going to matter because I'm going to top dot over it. But I'm going to have to fix that pink one I just smeared. And then let's get a Q-tip. That's good enough yet or not? All right. Not perfect, but I don't know how to tell you. Let me see how big around that is. I'll get a ruler. Okay, so that is approximately 2.5 inches around. So if you measure across, it's 2.5 inches all the way around. So you might want to draw that line on before you paint. But if you're like me, you could just paint it, see what it ends up, stick your compass in there, and then just leave a little gap around like I did. And I'm going to encircle that with what color? I think I'm going to use that Sea Breeze color. I really like that color. And I'm going to use the number, let's see. How about a 6? Now I want my dots to come out even. I just like it to be even numbers, because then if I dot in between, everything lines up good. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball it and do like I normally do in the center and fill in this way. So then I'll put one in the middle here, and then do it again until I'm happy with what I got going. One there. And these won't be perfect, but it'll be close enough. And at least I'll know I have an even amount of dots. So now I'm going to go in between each of these all the way around. The only thing about leaving gaps in that in here is you've got to go in and you got to paint over that. I have not been able to get my chalk lines to come completely off without painting over them. I don't know how some people do that, but it just does not work for me. So then I'm going to go in between these. And this time I'll do them with the number 6. Okay, and then some of those are pretty close together, so I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And then I'm going to go down to a number 4. And I'm going to use yellow. And I'm going to put dots in between those coming out. In between, but out, not like in the same row, if that makes sense. I gotta stir my paint. I can see that already. Not dotting right. Let me stir that up. Where's my stir? There it is. Okay. Much better. And this is why I like to have an even amount of dots so that I can make sure everything comes out the way I want it to. Some of that first dot, I wonder if I can get rid of that because I don't like the way that looks. and kind of ran. I don't worry a lot about this because these ones that I'm making on these cardboard things, I'm just going to pitch them anyways. I'm just practicing. So things don't have to be perfect, but kind of like them to look a little bit decent, so you can see what it should look like. All right. And I think I'm going to do some little designs in the corners just to add a little bit more to it. I think I'm going to use a bigger, let's go with something. I'm going to go with the number 10. I'm going to put some white in that corner, but the paint is drying out. I'd have to get some more. Let's see how this does. And put a big white dot in the corner. This is with the number 10. Okay, I'm going to go down to a number 4 again. And I'm going to put that going in on each of the sides. And then I'm going to go big again. I have an idea, but I don't know how this is going to look. Let's go with a number 15. I'm going to use that teal color. Well, Sea Breeze it's called, sorry. I'm going to do a big dot right in from that. All right. Okay, now I'm going to go to the number 4. Seem to use number 4 a lot this time. All right, I'm going to use the pink. The pink and the number 4. I'm going to put a dot going in. Each of the corners. I'm going to go down to the number 3. I'm going to walk my dots. And I think I'm going to go both directions this time. I'm going to do 3 dots on both sides. And then I think I'm going to go down to a smaller tool. So 3 dots each side with the number 3. And then I'm going to go down to the number 2 and I'm going to finish it. Okay, I'm going to go back up to the 4. And I'm going to do the same thing with yellow dots around that. So I'm just going to use the number 4 for my top dot. And then I'm going to go down to the number 3. Oh, and I just stuck my hand in there. That's okay, it didn't smudge too bad. I think we're okay yet. That's what I get for swinging it around. Okay. Now I'm going to go down to the number 3. And I'm going to lock, I think, see how many dots. And I think 4 dots on either side. Okay, now I'm going to go down to the number 2. Okay, I'm going to go down to the number 2 and I'm going to finish those. Sorry for my dogs. and that's with the number 2. Okay. Now I'm going to go back with the number 4. And I'm going to walk some white dots out a little bit, right on the edges. Let's see. Maybe 3 on each side. Now I'm going to go to, let's see, what size is this? Number 9. And I'm going to use that lavender color. I'm going to mix it around a little bit. And I'm going to put a dot on either side of this corner. And then I'm going to go up to a big one, number 17. And I'm going to put a pink dot in between each one of these on the 4 sides. Just as close to the center as you can get it. Now I'm going to go with the number 3, if I can find it. That's 3. I'm going to use white, and I'm going to put a dot on either side of these, but instead of top to bottom, I'm going to go side to side, because I'm going to walk dots around, but not on the top and bottom, just on the sides. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, I gotta add some more paint to my tray. Just a second. All right. Now, I'm still using a number 3. I'm just gonna walk some dots. So, maybe 2 on each side. Kind of like a parentheses around it. I'm not doing on the top just because some of those dots are close to the yellow ones and I don't want them overlapping. Okay. And then just for something different, I'm going to go up to, well, let's go up to a number 5. And I'm going to put another white dot in the center, just out from each one of these. And then I'm going to go down to the number 2. And I'm going to put 2 more white dots on either side of those to make it look like it forms a peak going out, kind of. All right. Now I think I'm going to leave it at that, and then I'm just going to top dot. Now for my top dots, all I did was add white to all these colors, and I dotted like the same color on top of it. So if it's purple, I just put the light in color purple. If it's this sea breeze, I put the light in color sea breeze. So I'm just going to lighten all my colors, and then I will tell you what numbers to top dot with. It'll be just a second. And I'll move this out of screen so you can see what I'm doing. Not that it's exciting, but it takes me a while to stir it in and you're bored. Doesn't have to be perfect because I'm just going to take from the center anyways, and I don't need a whole lot of paint, and I got a lot of paint. Plus the paint kind of dries out as it's sitting here, so if I add white to it, it brings it back again. And I don't need to use more of the color, I just have to add more white to it. Okay. Try to add quite a bit of white because I want a color difference between when I'm top dotting and what the color is down there. Gives it more of a 3D type effect and looking so flat. And it doesn't, you know, it doesn't make like that center. It doesn't look like the rings like sometimes it looks like if you put a different color on top of it. So all these aren't dry, so I'm not going to be able to do all the top dots. I might have to take it, blow dry it. But let's start out. Okay. I'm going to start with the number 3. And I'm going to do... I know, let's start with number 4. 4 would be better. I use bigger dots. Okay, number 4, and I'm going to do the pink ones in the center that are dry. And top dot on them. Pink on pink, but a lightened color pink. Okay. Let's see if this is big enough. It's too big. I'm thinking it's too big. I'm going to go down to the number 2. And I'm going to do light purple on those inside purple ones. And then I'm going to do light purple on the next row of purples. Okay. Now I'm going to go up in size. Let's see how big I need for this center. I'm going to use number 12 and put a lightened color sea breeze dot right in the center over the top of the other one. And it looks like my corners are pretty dry, so I'm gonna go down. Let's go down to a number 9 and do sea breeze in those corner ones. The only ones that really aren't looking too dry yet are those big pink ones. Now we're going to go down to the number 2 again. I'm going to top dot those sea breeze ones and the littler ones around here. Just with that lighter color. I don't know if you can even see that, but in person it shows up. All right. I'm going to go up. I don't know what size I need yet. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the number 5. I'm going to put light and colored purple dots on these purple outer ones. Hopefully they're dry enough. And I hit that one again, dang it. Okay, I need to fix this one a little bit because I just hit it again. I'm just going to top dot on it again. Okay, straighten it out. There we go. Okay, and let's see, number 5, what did I do with it? I'm going to go with the number 5, and because these yellow ones are so small and I lighten that yellow color, I'm going to use it in the corners here with the number 5. Maybe I'll attempt to do those big pink ones. Let's see if they're dry enough. Let's go with, I think I'll go with the number 11. And I'm going to do light pink dots on those. Okay, and then I think I'm going to use that light yellow again. Let's go down to, let's see, maybe number 2. Yeah, number 2. And I'm going to use the light yellow, and I'm just going to put a dot in each one of these side white dots, the bigger ones, on each of the 4 sides. Just because I got that yellow paint, got to use it somewhere. There, I think I'm going to call that good. Now, if you wanted to, and I like the way it looks, sometimes after I dot like this and I get it lighter, I'll go put a white dot on top of it, and it really highlights it. So that would look nice too if you wanted to do that. But there we go. I hope you liked it. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.